Hi, everyone. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time. Thank you so much for joining the space. I'm very grateful that you are here. So, we are going to be reacting to another Prince song called For You. And this was requested by J Dub. So, thank you so much to J Dub for your request. And you mentioned for me to listen to the album version. And I did some research and think this is the length of the song. I don't think there is another extended version, a longer version, because I know sometimes Prince does that. But from what I have researched, this is the only version. So the song is just over a minute. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, wait, hold on. We need to get these levels right. Let's go, because that sounds insane. Let's take it back. Rewind. Wow. Wow. Okay, because it's so short, I'm going to listen to that again. Here we go again, because, it's just one of them ones that I just really want to. Let's go. Wow, it's just so angelic and so gospel and so I didn't even really know what he was saying. Let's have a little look at the lyrics. Because I feel like, this one is just powerful. Let me just do this. Yeah, wow. Wow. Just vocals, just right? There was no instruments, it was completely a cappella, right? Yeah, completely a cappella. That's crazy. And I'm guessing he did all of that himself. Because why wouldn't he with all them flipping vocals and octaves that he has? Amazing. Let's have a little look at the lyrics first before we get into the nitty gritty. Oh my God, is that it? Well, then again, it is like a minute, so it makes sense. So all of this time, all of this and more is for you. With love, sincerity, and deepest care, my life with you I share. That's it. Oh, I just love how it feels like a real. And that's what I love about music is that it doesn't have to be. There's no rules. There is really no rules, man. because it's like it just feels like a little, it just feels like a love letter, you know, like, and it could be, and because it's so spiritual and it has this real gospel element to it, it's almost like a little prayer, like an affirmation, a love letter. Like it just has this real feeling of just like that a moment in the day when you just choose to be a bit grounded. You know, those moments in the day where you're just like, oh, right, let me just take a second to kind of have a moment and kind of retreat, um, and sort of ground myself. That's how I feel this song is. It's like a moment of grounding and a moment of intimacy with yourself. Like, and not in a weird way, guys. Come on. I'm joking. It's just like a moment of vulnerability and a moment of silence with yourself, because I feel like the fact that it's a cappella, it just gives that vibe to it. It gives a very, obviously, a very spiritual gospel vibe to it, which I think instantly just makes me feel like it's a prayer, like it's a moment of kind of connection between you and the Most High. You know, it's like it's very intimate. It's a very, yeah, because it's just all his voice, all the vocals, and no instruments, nothing to kind of fill the space. It's just voices, you know, and I feel like that's very, it gives a very ancestral vibe to it. That even when you're in the moments of like silence or kind of solitude, that you're not really alone. Like God and like whatever you believe, the angels, the guides, ancestors, whatever it is that you believe in, like I feel like you're never really alone. And I feel like that's the vibe that this song gives to me. But then it's also the lyrics kind of show that it's not necessarily about God particularly, but even though that's the vibe that it gives me just from listening without even knowing the lyrics, that's the vibe that I got from it. But obviously the lyrics, all of this and more is for you, with love, sincerity, and deepest care, my life with you I share. This could be, you know, about love, and it could be about God. Like, it, again, it's very ambiguous, so you could kind of interpret it however you want, really. You know, and that's what I do love about Prince, and I love about music in general. I mean, Prince has a lot of music that is quite ambiguous, but he also has music that's quite direct, and then he has songs and lyrics that are both ambiguous and direct, you know? So it's very, there's just no rules, and I think that's what Prince is kind of teaching me, that music is just expression. You know, that's what it is. It's having a channel, a way to like channel your feelings and channel your thoughts to kind of put out into the world, so that no longer kind of inhabit within you. And yeah, that's what I love. It's just it's just amazing. It's just fantastic. Like this bit particularly, I just love this bit. So his voice, man, his vocals are just crazy. Actually, before we get into that, I'm just gonna look at the context a bit and see more. So I kind of want to know more a bit about like what he actually. He was 19 years old. Multi-track falsetto vocal introduction and a career launching manifesto, where a 19-year-old Prince dedicated his music and life to his listeners. So it's all for, that's the thing, like with Prince, like obviously, like I said, it's ambiguous, and for me, because obviously I haven't looked at the context, you know, just as the first time listening of this song. But that's what it is. It's like it's for the listeners, because it brings out whatever it needs to bring out in the listener. Does that make sense? You know, and so that even makes it even more special, that it's like he's kind of dedicating it, like, you know, I thought maybe it was about a love, but he's dedicating it to his audience, to his fans, to the people that listen to his music. And so that's like a really even more of a beautiful message. So a one-man show, the track and the entire album famously introduced the liner note credit, produced, arranged, composed, and performed by Prince. He played all instruments and sang all parts. What instruments? Well, in the album, there's no instruments in this one. It doesn't say a cappella, but I'm guessing, falsetto vocal. Um, all of this and more is for you, my life with you I share. Yeah, the song functioned as a personal greeting and artistic pledge to his audience and Warner Bros. Records. So obviously, this was the first song on the album. So it's, yeah, like for me, it's like a, it's an intro to the album, which I think are, even though obviously intros, interludes, and those and the endings and the outros tend to be like shorter, but they actually add like in the whole scope of an album, like they definitely add like a whole vibe and whole meaning to an album. Because it's how it was the first thing that they hear when they click play on the album. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I love that it introduced it. So, and it's like, yes, it's obviously the lyrics in that are very much about like thank you to all the listeners that basically this is for you. This kind of, yeah, it's just a beautiful way to start it, but it's also very beautiful because it feels so grounding. It feels so elevating. Like it raises the vibration of the people that are listening like instantly, and that's kind of the energy that they go into the rest of the song, the rest of the album with. And I think that's really powerful. Yeah, amazing. It's just amazing. The initial idea originated around 1976 as a basic home cassette demo before he secured his major recording contract. I just think it's amazing, man. It's just incredible. But let's kind of dive deeper. But it's just the whole thing, the harmonies, everything about it. But this particular bit I loved. Love and sincerity. Let's go back. Let's go back. With love, sincerity. With love and sincerity. It's just his vocal, like when he goes high, like every part. Like the thing is with Prince, he's so powerful because usually as a listener, and what I like to listen to, I really like listening to artists and to singers that have like a lower voice. Obviously, he can do everything, but I like moments where I can hear the bass in that in the person's voice and kind of like, ooh, I just like deeper voices just to listen to. That's just something that I feel like I resonate with, and just that, just makes me feel really good and grounded and like, But I think with Prince, he's one of the very few artists that I like to listen to the high note, like the falsetto. That's a falsetto, you'd say? Yeah. And he's one of the artists that I could listen to, and still feel that sense of like, ooh, I love it. Let's just listen to that bit again. With love, sincerity. With love and sincerity. And then it's very a cappella. You know what I'm saying? Like Take Six, but very much a Prince vibe. Like, I'm not trying to compare him to other artists, but it's just very a cappella. Like, and it's just true a cappella. Like the vibes, like dum 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 dum. All of that he does in it. It's just really true to the whole vibe of a cappella. Like, obviously, a cappella you can do what you want. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to do that type of vibe. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, but it's just really, it kind of takes me back to like that era of a cappella. Like, I want to say the year, but is it 60s? I mean, Take Six was a lot later than the 60s, right? So I don't know if there's an era. I mean, do you guys know the era that I'm talking about? Like, dum dum dum, Mr. Sandman, dum dum dum. That's 60s, right? Or was that 50s? It's giving that era. But then again, it could just be Prince, and it could just be people doing whatever they want to do. You know what I mean? I think I always do that and try to put a genre, I try to put like an age or like an era of music to kind of just to come to understand it, because I feel like us as humans, we have, it's just how we have to kind of categorize things in order for us to understand it. But then again, I think there's just an element of music that we can't really understand. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know if there's any kind of words that you can even put to it. It's just something that you have to kind of like embrace and just like take in. Do you know what I mean? But wow. It's just so beautiful. It's honestly so beautiful. Dum, dum, dum. It's just, oh, I just love it. It's just amazing. Like to even to, and that's the thing, like he's able to create so much. He's able to create songs that are so full of instruments that are chaotic in the best way, and able to create so much like depth and like complexity with instruments and arranging and production and all of that, instrument wise, as well as of the vocals within that. But then he's also able to create such a fullness with just his vocals. Like it's crazy in it. Like if he's just, he was one of a kind, man. One of a kind, insane. And this is just the intro. Like imagine, like this is how you introduce an album to your listeners. Like this is the best way. And the fact that the album's called For You and this is called For You, it's just like a beautiful introduction. Like, it's like when you write a card or a letter to someone, you're like, dear, blah, 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 or to, blah, blah, blah. And it's kind of like that vibe. It's like a opening letter. And I feel like the fact that it's a cappella and it's like just his vocals, it has this real like stripped back vibe to it of just like right now we're getting really intimate and really personal. I think I've only listened to maybe one or two from this album that you guys have sent over, but it's like there's something about like a written letter that is very intimate and very like personal, and I feel like this is almost like the musical equivalent to like writing a letter. I just love it. Wow, what a beautiful introductionary intro, introductory song to an album. So thank you so much to J-Dub for your request. I'm very grateful. If anybody else does have a request, there's a link in the description to send any over. Obviously, I love to welcome your thoughts in the comments. I like it when you guys connect with each other as well. So thank you so much for your request, J-Dub. Thank you to everybody watching. Till next time, bye.